going to work and get my braces all fixed up today, but check out this in front of me. Not sure if you could see that very well, but it's a recumbent bike. Alright, I gotta jet over to my orthodontist appointment because today is the day they're going to reset a lot of these brackets on the teeth and get them all straightened out a little bit better, because when they very first put them on, my teeth were a lot more crooked, so they didn't have as many options on getting those brackets on the teeth where they really need to be. Right here, there's a little bit of rotation on the teeth that still needs to happen, but it's crowded in there, and I have been religiously wearing my rubber bands. It hasn't widened that spot enough to get these teeth in there straight, so they're going to take some time and just shave the sides of my teeth right down here a little bit to make room for the teeth to go perfectly round on there. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Just got done. They did the filing of the teeth on these ones right here. It's like a really thin metal strip, long thing, and one of the sides of the metal strip has kind of like a sandpapery type texture. So he sticks it in there and basically flosses my teeth with this little metal strip, and it shaved off the sides of my teeth right there. The one thing about that, man, did that cut into my gums. It didn't hurt real bad. It hurt a little bit. My gums were real bloody afterwards. You can see it's all good now. They repositioned those brackets on there, so you can see those are back on there, and that's going to help rotate the teeth a little bit. Put a thinner wire, it's like 2 steps down, thinner wire on the bottom, and that's because they repositioned those brackets. It's going to be putting a decent amount of torque on those teeth in a new way, so those will probably be sore and tight just because the brackets are in a different spot. The elastics I've got going on now, I've got the same as before, going front to back, the exact same, but then we've added in these ones right here. So I got a triangle on this side, which goes from this guy down to here and over to here, and then I got a triangle on this side, same thing, from the top tooth right there down to here and back to there. It's really making the width of my mouth right here feel a lot smaller. I definitely feel it on my cheeks up here and right here. They said I will probably be pretty sore today because we've put on a lot of new things in there. One other thing, now instead of just the power chain right here on these 2 front teeth, it goes from back here all the way across and back to the other side. You can see the gap right there in those teeth. That's one thing I've never had before, that the power chain is going to close up. It went pretty quick and simple, so now I'm headed back to work, and that is the braces update. Alright, it's 5:41 and this is an update on the second part of the vlog. Basically, I'm supposed to be at an event right now doing live video with some cameras, but unfortunately I ordered some cables online. They were supposed to get here today. I had to rush ship them here because I found out about the event a little bit late. Anyway, rush shipped them here. Spent extra money, said that they were delivered today. Then I get home, packages nowhere. So I look around, no packages anywhere. We're supposed to have cables there, so I don't absolutely need these cables, but it would be really nice if I had them. Get to the event, finally show up. It's in a beautiful, beautiful, multi-million-dollar home. Really, really cool, old school home back in some trees in the woods. If I'm able to get any shots of it, I'll put it in the vlog. So get there, find out that the cables that were supposed to be there were not there. So now I'm down the cables, and I absolutely need the ones that were supposed to arrive that said that they had arrived. My roommate calls up saying packages have arrived, so I rush back home to find out that they were different packages. They weren't packages that I was looking for.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
So then I call Best Buy and say, hey Best Buy, I need this cable. Can you get this to the front counter for me so I can just have it immediately when I get there? So I get there, show up, ask for the cable, and instead they give me this thing. Probably do the job, kind of, maybe, I hope so. At this point, it has to work. If it doesn't work, then I'm SOL. I'm kind of frustrated that every turn I take right now is like getting me to a dead end. I've spent a lot of extra time and money on things that I don't actually need, all because this package that was supposed to be delivered was either stolen from my doorstep or possibly shipped to somebody else's doorstep, or it never got there and they marked it as delivered anyway, which has happened. This is slightly frustrating, and I really hope this all works out. It's all first world problems, really. It is now 11:30 at night about, and just got home. Ended up getting back to the event with that little adapter. Had everything hooked up right. It looked like everything was going to be great. And then we found out that the switcher that the rental company gave us was not going to work for us. The cameras wouldn't get any feed through it. The laptop that we had hooked to it was only getting standard definition and really bad standard definition. So in the last few minutes, Doug and I came up with an idea, just trying to troubleshoot things, coming up with plan B, then plan C. Plan C ended up we would run the computer with the PowerPoint directly to the TV behind the presenter. Then one of my cameras not going through the switcher, going directly HDMI to SDI, then SDI to a splitter box that then sent it to all the monitors throughout the house, and then I would just move the camera around live. I could zoom in all the way on the TV or all the way on the presenter, or back it out just enough that I could have the presenter and the TV on screen at the same time. And while that is not ideal, it worked. The behind the scenes of the AV was a little bit crazy. And this whole AV thing was thrown together last minute because they were planning on having the event outside. This event is for an organization called Rising Star. A little background on the foundation. The lady that started it, her daughter suffered from bipolar disorder. Suffered from that really severely to the point where she ended up taking her own life. So her mom then found out that the money that they were sending to her for college, a portion of that, their daughter was sending to help children in India. So the mom decided to go to India to meet these people that her daughter cared so much about. There were all these beggars and people coming up to their car that had rotting flesh and other stuff like that. She asked her taxi driver what was wrong with the people, and he said, oh, they're lepers. And she didn't realize that there were so many lepers in the world still. Leprosy is curable, and it put a stigma on these people. They were driven to poverty and had no way of getting out of it. So she started the foundation. It helps people not just treat and cure the leprosy, but it also gives people education and microloans to help them not only heal them physically, but allow them to become contributing members of their culture and their society. They actually ended up starting a Rising Star school that has done amazingly. It's ranked like the #1 school out of 400 schools, including private schools and all these things in the area. They're also winning all the athletic competitions, and these are children that were beggars on the streets, kids that would have never been able to have an education because they had leprosy, which had that stigma to it that they just could not be involved in normal society. She told a story of one of their students that graduated. The mom found that the daughter had leprosy and threw this little baby girl into the dumpster. Fortunately, the grandfather heard her crying, picked her out of the dumpster, and raised her. Now this girl was then treated, taken care of, and now she's a graduate. I believe she's going to college right now and going into all these educational fields. I really put into perspective all the things that I was so frustrated with tonight. A camera not working, or an adapter not being the right thing that I had asked for. Just coming to grips with the reality of what she was talking about made me realize how fortunate I am. I mean, I've got the luxury of having braces. I have the luxury of having a car. I have the luxury of having a job where I get to go set up cameras and film events that help raise money for great causes. I don't want to be all cliche and do like a #blessed sort of a thing, but I really am super fortunate. Anybody that's watching this channel, look up Rising Star. If you can donate, please do. It's a super worthy cause. It's set up in a great way to not just put a band-aid on the problem, but to offer a solution that changes the world. Check out Rising Star. Anyway, I still got to unload my car and call it a night. So as always, hope this wasn't horrible. Update on my package that FedEx delivered. Tried calling FedEx. There's like no way to get through to an actual human. I walked over to my neighbor's house that is the same numbered address, just the street over. Luckily there was somebody home. Yeah, my package got delivered to her house rather than mine. Adding insult to injury here, I was probably like 50 feet away from her house. I was walking over to that house yesterday to see if the package was there. As I was almost there, the mailman came flying by back just to go down into my cul-de-sac. So I just assumed, oh man, he's got to be coming back to deliver a package that he forgot. And then when I got home, he hadn't, and I never walked back around to the other street to go see if my package was there. I was like this close to getting my package that I needed yesterday and saving myself a lot of driving around and stress. Yesterday and last night there was a big storm, so my package ended up on the porch in the rain for the whole night, and it's very wet. Now I'm just hoping everything inside is okay and I don't have to buy this stuff again, because that would suck even worse. I know I just finished with like this whole thing about being so blessed, but sometimes these little things you just kind of gotta laugh at. It's really more the annoying part than the time or money. But I would love to have that time and money back.